before we even start, maybe we can have this chat so you can, as if it was the interview.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like so. So when we start, it's more, but it's always a conversation, you know, very relaxed. It's not right or wrong, kind of stuff. So yeah, I always start with the big picture, then the entrepreneurs will share with me who they are, a little bit of their background.
And do I look at you or on the camera?
Always
Always as you,
look at me because I think it gets very robotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the big picture, and then I was looking at some data. I think Denmark is the country. Apparently, the per capita is the fifth most consuming coffee in the world.
I think we're actually number 3 now.
Number 3.
Yeah, the latest numbers were number 3.
Okay.
Finland and I don't know if this is the United States or whatever, but
Yeah,
I think we have 3 or 4 now.
Yeah, but it was quite interesting to see that the Finns or the Finnish, right?
Yeah.
They
drink a lot of coffee.
And then the question I would have is more like, how can you stay relevant as a company in such a, because if there's a lot of demand, there's probably a lot of competition in terms of being a coffee chain or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So how do you be, you know, but before that I would like you to talk about what is actually the Nelles stand for, and what is the origin of the name?
It's Daniel, the co-owner's daughter's.
Daniel?
Daniel.
Okay.
His daughter's name is Nelles.
Really? Yeah. Okay, so it's one of the partners.
Yeah, one of the partners' daughters. And we wanted to find just like, you know, Gertrud's.
Yes.
It's like we wanted a female name that sounded good and looked good on you know, had a graphical design, looked nice.
Very nice.
And we tried a lot of names, and all of them were not good. And then there are two partners called Daniel, and then the other Daniel said, "What about Nelle? Your daughter is named Nelle, so you can't. That can't be an ugly name."
Yeah.
And that's why it became Nelles.
Okay, and what is the sort of purpose? What drives? Because it looks that there's a bit of art, right? And then you try to be close to art.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Daniel, the partner, who is not the daughter's Nell, he's a graphic designer. He has a company called Stupid Studio.
Okay.
So he does all the arts and all the graphics. And we try to be more than a coffee shop. And that's one of the reasons why we really wanted a shop down here, because of the art gallery. It's, we want to give more than just a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Because a lot of shops that sell, you know, cup of coffee. You have to be more than just a coffee shop. And why? So we wanted to you know, to give people nice surroundings, be and trying to help the culture as well.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. I interviewed also a coffee shop in Brazil. First I interviewed the CEO, but that was 5 years ago, no, 6 years ago, and I had no experience whatsoever, so I didn't know that you needed a microphone, so the interview looked like shit. And then I told the guy, sorry, I screwed up, can we do it again? And he said, no, now I interviewed the other CEO, because he's more like a board member, but then we spoke about technology, and they're very close to art also. And what is interesting is that he said we try to get out of the idea that you have to have a framework, you know, all shops are the same. So, and in their case, in Brazil, they have these shops that are very close to culture and art, but the shops, they are more, they speak the language of the neighborhood, so to speak. So they're more, you know, they're more geared towards that neighborhood, to that demographics. And how's that for you? Do you see the same? Or?
I think we try to do sort of like the same thing, and we have those different kinds of elements that go, you know, that's the Nelles design. we do the bars and the same material.
Yeah.
And we do that Harlequin stuff in the window.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we try to. I'm not that much involved in designing.
What is your main role?
I'm mainly at I do the coffee and I take care of all of the young kids.
Okay, so mostly HR, if we could say.
Yeah, a little bit HR.
Training.
Yeah, training and having job interviews.
Okay. Yeah, kind of operations.
Yeah.
And in your opinion, what are the challenges that you see in your job?
I think 10 years ago, we had no trouble finding people who would really want to work.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know how you say it in English, but it's really hard finding good people that want to stay for a long time.
Yeah.
The youngsters, they quickly shift around. So we try to give them a good place to work and do a lot of stuff together, outside job as well. So they feel like one big family.
How many employees?
48 together, yeah.
So what's the average age of your, because the folks at the operation?
Yeah.
Your students?
Yes, mostly students. People who are, don't know what education they want, and then they have a year or two where they work full time, and then hopefully they'll stay part time when they go to the university or whatever. And then we have 3 or 4 who have real jobs, but just like the industry and like to serve coffee and wine.
And then they're like
then they work in the weekends. So they have like 3 or 4 shifts a month.
Okay.
But it's really from 21 to 38.
In relation like to technology, for example, you're not selling, well, there is like I checked today, I think, a URL shop.nelles, but you're not really selling a wine, are you?
Not wine.
No, I mean coffee. Are you selling the coffee? I saw the Geoport.
Yeah, Geoport, and you can buy tickets for the wine tastings and stuff. But we started a little coffee shop as well, where you can buy coffee.
And how's that going?
It's evolving.
Yeah.
Slowly. We don't roast the coffee ourselves, so the coffee is good quality, but it's not homemade. So we're using our coffee brand, River Coffee, and trying to sell that.
So you built a brand, right? You built a brand, your own, but that coffee comes from, of course.
That's an Italian company.
Okay, I see. So it's like your label.
They're doing the roasting, and we're just relabeling.
Okay.
But we try to sell it to companies and make like you subscribe, and then you can every Monday you get fresh coffee.
Nice. So can you comment about the revenue stream, like the businesses that you're, because for example, I checked on the site. You have your business model, so you have the shops here, right, where people come around and have a good time, have a good conversation. But then you also are doing events, right? Then you have the wine club for the ladies, as I understood. You have the Louis Vuitton. So you have a lot of sort of communities, kind of driven things, and it's interesting. Can you comment on
That's actually we try to do it to make it more than just a coffee shop. So all the events is like that's a commercial. So building up a network of people who can use it for different kinds of things. So it's not just the morning coffee and the paper, but also you think about it for a lot of reasons.
And how about the business expansion? Because you're very strong in Odense. You guys think outside of Odense?
That was the plan at the beginning. But actually, I think when we talked about starting Nelles, at this point, the plan was to have around 15 shops or something like that. But I think then reality hit us, and you find out how much work it is. You can only be in one place at a time. And you know, like 4 shops in Orange is a lot of work and with family and small kids and stuff. But at the time now, we're trying to prepare the shops and the Nelles brand for when we want to start outside of Orange. We have to be, everything has to be in order. There's not you can't afford any mistakes when you start outside.
I agree. And do you, is there an ambition to go outside of Odense, let's say, to Copenhagen, or not even Copenhagen, maybe in this
Middelfart or Svendborg, We don't have a plan right now, but the dream is to conquer the world.
Nice.
We want to beat Starbucks.
I know.
It could be fun, but we talk a lot about it. Is it worth risking it all and working 80 hours a week for getting more shops? So we just want to do these 4 shops the best possible way we can do.
I think it's very nice to be small but strong. That's what my dad sells shirts, and he's always said, I don't want to be the biggest or whatever. I want to have my own small company, but as long as I'm small and strong, and being niched, people so people understand and remember what I stand for. I think it's way better than being whatever chain.
And there's something about big chains and stuff. People don't. You lose something when you become a big chain. So we talked about it. Opening outside of Odense, maybe calling it something else. So the shops have different names, but still be Nelles-like.
And how about this participation you have at events? I mean, what's the upside that you get from it? So, for example, there's Tinderbox, right? You're gonna, I think last year or the year before last year, I was there, and you had some kind of stand.
Yeah, we started. Tinderbox started. It's the 5th year now, I think. I think it's the 5th year now. 4th, 5th, I'm not sure. But we had 2 coffee shops for the last 4 years. And actually this year, Nelles is the only coffee brand at Tinderbox.
All right.
So no more Peter Larsen. We have the whole festival. So we think we're going to have 7 or 8 coffee shops.
Really? Yeah. And people are actually consuming coffee with a hangover?
Tinderbox is a difficult size. We do Heartland Festival as well. And it's more like an art festival. And people don't come there just for the beers and for the music. They come for a lot of reasons down there, for the music and for the talks and for the food.
So will you be there?
Yeah, we do this year and next year.
Nice.
But Heartland that's bigger than Tinderbox coffee-wise.
And how many people at Tinderbox?
40,000.
It's big.
It's huge. Heartland is like 19,000 this year.
Nice. I like it.
You like it?
You're good. You're a natural.
I'm not Thomas Visti, but I'm trying.
No. It's just a different thing. So I will plug myself and then we get started.
But we are starting.
Yeah, I know, but officially.
Okay. I'm just gonna make
I don't have the mic,
Har du filmet eller?
Ja, selvfølgelig.
Because that's natural. So he has
let's not pretend. Then just pretend it's not on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I am the king of speaking or misspelling foreign names. So I was right. Jimmy. Wolf. No. Jimmy and the last name.
Wolf. Yeah, it's German.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
And you can Christiansen.
I had to introduce a lady from Austria, and her name was Sabine Winkler, but I couldn't say it, so I was like Winkler, and then she got really annoyed at me. So, you can introduce yourself, please?
You can just call me Jimmy BC.
Yeah. Jimmy
BC. Okay. They call me that in school. Jimmy BC.
Jimmy BC.
Yeah.
Okie doke. Jimmy Wolf. Can I start? So, I tend to make mistakes. I make mistakes. All right, so hello everyone, this is Carlos again with the Evolve podcast. If you're listening to this, and I have the honor today to be joined by Jimmy Wolf, or as he says, Jimmy VC. He's one of the co-founders here at Nelles. It's a small coffee chain in a city that I'm based at. It's called Odense, the name of the city. The reason why I wanted to interview him today is because I'm a very loyal customer. And so, I think this is an amazing place. We're going to be covering some of his background, experience as an entrepreneur, why they started the coffee shop, what do they stand for, and let's see where we go. So, Jimmy, thanks very much. This is always a conversation. We started with a conversation first, trying to rehearse. So let's see. I always start with the big picture. I want to understand why people start what they start. A little bit of your background. You know, I like to understand how it all started. You told me some days ago that you used to work at a nightclub. Yeah. So let's go. It'd be nice to hear the big picture from Jimmy. Yeah.
We started Nelles in December 2012, and before that, we all worked at a cafe, nightclub, restaurant called Frank A. And it was like open 8 o'clock in the morning, so 3 o'clock at night. That was fun in the early years when you didn't have kids and stuff. So that was like party all the time, really cool. But then we always talked about doing something, you know, having our own business. And I think coffee was, the first choice was just a coffee shop. But then we talked about, you know, paying the rent, coffee from 8 till 4 maybe. But we wanted to fill out night hours as well. We talked a lot about what kind of what kind of shop could we do that match in the design and how we do the shops. And we thought wine, coffee and wine, blended, you know, like what you call it in English, inline.
Yeah.
How we design the shops and how it looks, and we thought the wine bar could look, you know, like the coffee.
Okay. So you started, because you said we.
Yeah.
So you had the partner in crime at the time.
Three guys.
Okay.
All of us worked at Frank A. Daniel was the restaurant manager at Frank A, and I was the bar manager. And then we have a second Daniel, who's the designer.
Okay.
With call it design company.
All right. So now it's the guy who's a partner of Stupid Studio.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's the owner of Stupid Studio. He's a partner. He was a DJ at Frank A's. That's how we all know each other. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. And we spoke also about. Okay, so that's a bit of your journey as an entrepreneur. And Nelles started in 2012, correct?
2012, the second thing.
Well, the first shop, where was that?
That was Rosenbeck.
All right, so the one that stands in the ground floor.
Yeah.
And then you have the building near the cinema, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And how was the journey to starting that shop? Because now we have. Give us a bit of background on Nelles. How many shops?
First of all, we looked at a small, more secret place in Skibosgård.
Okay.
But you know, that was a really cool room, but it was too secret. And then we found this. It was actually an office building. So it was like metal ceiling and cable around. It was really ugly. So we didn't know if we wanted to use that space. But then we just tear down the ceilings and painted it all black. Wood and stuff, and it was really.
So you made it yourself?
Yeah, we did.
The first shop?
The first shop.
Right.
Actually, we did it in all the shops.
Really?
Yeah, we have used a local a carpenter.
Yeah.
And then we tried to help as much as possible. Keep the fees down. Yeah. We do all the painting and stuff.
Cool. And so What has, in your opinion, has been some of the hurdles? Because now you guys are more, let's say, established, right? More successful. The brand is well known in Nelles, they've been feeding. But some of the hurdles from 2012, or from opening that first shop to where you guys are today, 4 shops and doing events and so on. Some of the real,
The
challenge.
the first and biggest problem was finding a bank.
Nice.
People don't the banks don't want to have anything to do with this business. They think all frauds, one drowned in one in the pocket. So even though we didn't have to take a loan to start Nelles, but we couldn't get a bank account.
Okay.
So that was a really difficult. We just needed an account and 3 Visa debit cards, but nobody wanted us. We had to pay like 10,000 pounds a year for just opening an account. It was crazy. But they have to see that you really mean it. And that's also why we did Nelles as an AS instead of an APS.
I see.
So we wanted to be taken seriously from the start, because it wasn't just we wanted to be more than just one shop.
Sure.
So we wanted to do everything the right way.
So, okay, the first challenge being the opening a bank account, and then you had to, you bootstrap, no investors, so all the partners brought the funds, right? So you did the shop yourself. And then how about recruiting, or how was the working journey? How was that?
And in the start, we were just Daniel and me, and then we had two girls who worked at Frank A as well. But we didn't know what to expect. We don't want to hire too many people, but I think we worked 90 hours a week for the first month, and I slept whole Christmas when we had Christmas holidays. Okay, 14 hours a day, slept all the time. So, and then we just recruited more people that worked at Frank A as well. And then it's easy when you have one shop. You can be there all the time. But one of the big hurdles now when we have more shops, it's difficult to, we can only be one place at a time. And we when we recruit people, we want to get them to be a part of the family and understand the Nelles way. We don't have like a manual when we start. This is how we do it. We want to give people a good service, of course, and give them a good cup of coffee. But we don't want it to be like robotic kind of thing, when the guests say yes, we do like this answers. We want people to think themselves.
Very nice. How do you think you build a culture? Because I think at the end, what you're saying is we have our culture here, right? To getting things done. What do you expect from people when they join the family? So the questions I have then is how are you looking for talent and people? Because we spoke about the challenges that you have nowadays in finding people. How do you then build this culture or get people to understand some culture quickly so they can?
And that's really difficult. But I think we try to hire people from personality. We don't want them all to be alike. It's a good thing when people are different. But we use a lot of time, training people and trying to get them to understand how the Nelles family works. We do a lot of things together outside of the business as well.
For example, can you mention a couple of things?
We have a lot of wine tastings where we do go as a company. People go do stuff outside and go to football matches. Whatever kind of what people like, or just meeting up down here in the summer, drinking a glass of wine, or just having a nice time. And we do something called Tour de Nelles for all new employees. We do it every 3rd month.
Okay.
New employees have to meet up with the owners, and we do start at Wolfsbeck, get a glass of wine, and we tell stories from there. Then we go down here, get a glass of wine, and we do
like a wine tour.
and we in the end, we go to Stones and then we get something to eat. And it's just a good way for people to you know, hear their stories from each shop and meet each other. So yeah, so we're not just people down here who only work here. Do go other places as well. So it's really important that they know each other.
So that's also part of your job, like kind of making sure that people are connected and building that culture, right?
It is. So we're not just one shop. We all, you know, work for the same thing.
Yeah. That leads me to the question of building the brand, and because we spoke about some of the ambitions in the beginning. You thought that you might open 50 shops, 80 shops, and I think it's, you know, as we shared to each other, like maybe being small and strong. It's probably the best competitive advantage you're gonna have. Strong culture, so the customers they identify. I think on the website, some of the values that you have is like serving customers, for the customer that knows the difference. This is not just a place where you get.
It's not just a cup of coffee. Our slogan is remember to live good days. We wanna, you know, we wanna give people something good. Not that it's just being a place that people come for coffee and then go. Hopefully they stay for half an hour, or something, just enjoy it. It's like a free space. Because there's a lot of places you can go buy a cup of coffee. Also a lot of places that are cheaper than we are. You can go to 7-Eleven, where but you think it's like the whole experience. So we have three what you call columns, like the Nelles identity. We got one for the design, you know, how the shop looks, what kind of music we play, cups, plates and stuff. We have one for quality. We want to have good quality. We want to use local dealers. We have a lot of beer from Sweden, and we use a lot of Danish Fusion stuff. Milk from Fusion as well. Coffee is a little different. And then we have one called service.
Okay.
And all those three things combined, hopefully, people coming back.
Nice.
Really good experience.
So, how do you see? I told you about the guy I interviewed in Brazil, who's the CEO of this coffee company. He's talking a lot about putting the shopper, the consumer, at the center of the experience. And we hear a lot this sort of rhetoric today about digital transformation and all of that. Can you comment if you have any digital initiatives here? You know, like you have the shop online today, other things more like digitally oriented to understand your buyer.
Yeah, we did some kind of I'm not sure what it's called, but it was Daniel, the commercial guy. We did some interviews with customers. I think it's called the Net Score. We tried to, you know, ask them what do you want from Nelles? What's important for you? What are you missing? What's, you know, trying to it's a competitive market, as you said, so I think you have to understand giving them what they want. But we try to, when we built Nelles, we came from a large place where there was a lot of 7 or 8 full-time waiters, 4 or 5 chefs, and it was a big machine, and in the summer, you know, with a lot of people, it was good business. But then came winter, and it was like, we made no money.
Very seasonal.
Yeah, it is. So we try to build a shop that's, you know, when the demands are low, you can one man can run the shop. So you don't have 2 chefs in the kitchen or a dishwasher and stuff. So we try to keep the payroll low when the demand is low. So it's we don't have a kitchen. We don't have everything we do in the bar. So it's, you know, we can't make large omelets and fried fish and stuff.
And that learning came from initially from the place where you worked.
Yeah, we had 3 months a year where we made money. The other place, and the other months, we had like a 2 million minus, and then we had to try to catch up. So we wanted to try and make something that would make money all year round.
Okay, nice.
Instead of doing those bumps.
That's interesting. I have something in my mind. Yeah, it's also related to the customer. So how is it that you are acquiring customers? Customer acquisition. Is it word of mouth? Is it like how do you know what is the customer journey from them like getting to Nelles?
No, not really.
I came to know Nelles because of my wife.
In the start, we didn't have a marketing. We didn't do any marketing. We did a little Facebook and a little bit of Instagram. That was all. Okay. And then we were mouth to mouth. But now we have a little office, and we have 2 sweet girls that are working with the events and the marketing.
Okay.
Trying to put it more into system.
Trying to measure that.
Yeah, exactly. And we also use that, the net scores and stuff, trying to. Because coffee is like, coffee you don't want to run 2 kilometers to get a cup of coffee. You pick in your place. So it's and there's a lot of shops selling coffee.
Yeah, true.
You have to be in.
Yeah, it's very nice. Can you share a bit of your the different sort of revenue streams or initiatives? So you have here events, as we spoke. The wine club. You're also sponsoring the event. What are besides being a coffee shop, what other things is Nelles doing?
We're doing the 2 large festivals on Funan. Part-time festival and it's in the box. We mainly do those things we want to get the brand known, also earning money. A lot of the other things we do in the Google group and the white tasting and stuff we don't really earn any money on that. It's just getting the brand out, and also trying. When people think of Nelles, they think like a coffee shop. Not that many people think of Nelles as a wine place, and that's why we started a lot of the wine tastings, especially the one for women. I think 70% of people coming to Nelles. Really? A lot of females. Luckily for the male waiters, it's a lot of female.
And across all shops.
Yeah. The shop at Storm Pipers is a little different because then people come there to eat and then they grab a cup of coffee. But the other shops, a lot of female customers.
And how did you learn that? Was just by observation?
Yeah, just observation, no numbers. We talk a lot about it, but we don't understand why single men haven't discovered that. It's a great place at night to meet women.
So actually, you could. Good point. You could do a collaboration with Tinder.
Yeah, we should do that. Dating.dk or whatever.
Get your wine and go to Nelles and meet. That's
a lot of women.
Cool.
I think it's just a female thing,
To drink wine.
Yeah, a cup of coffee and sit and chat for hours.
Yeah, it's a good point and a good insight.
And grab a beer and sit.
Yeah. We're on 20 minutes. So I usually end up asking what's next in terms of future. So I have 2 questions for you. The first one is how do you differentiate as a brand, right? And then what's next for you and Nelles as a company?
We don't know what's next.
Very nice.
Yeah, at the point we're just rehearsing to get really good at what we're doing, and trying to make it ready for him if we want to open our site. But right now we're just focusing on the shows, making it as good as the possible can be. And in terms of the way we try to take care of the shops are like doing all the other, you know, the wine cups and the running cups, the culture thing. We just had a large auction at the Ankara. We had 20 pictures at Rosenbeck, and we had a large auction. Actually, it was last Thursday, I think, where we sold pictures for 65,000.
Really?
Yeah.
And so
Donating for kids.
okay, nice.
Ulykkesfonden, it's called in English. So that's another thing we do at Rosenbeck. We have this large wall where we invite artists to hang up their photos for free, and then they choose what you call in English, formal, what thing you want to support.
Yeah.
So they decide
Cause,
what
like
cause, exactly, what cause it goes to. And yeah, we had a lot of things up there. This last one, the Ankara, is really, if you know photography, it's really huge. Well known.
Not me, but
Yeah, didn't know he was huge. But really nice pictures of horrible things, but nice pictures. And he came and had and participated in the auction. He told a story to each photo.
over a glass of wine.
Yeah, of course. We had some tapas and some wine. So it was really good.
So that was Jimmy Wolf. Was that correct?
That's correct.
Jimmy, thanks very
I'm
much.
glad you didn't say basic.
That was it.
In rap.
Cool, man.
It's difficult when man ikke snakker så meget engelsk. It's difficult to find the words sometimes. You know, it's sound like a 8th grader.
No. It was really nice. And now there's editing and so on.
Yeah.
And I wish
You cut up all the
I
all
wish
the
share.
bad words.
No, it was pretty nice. I think it's super interesting.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, for
Så
sure.
rigtig fint.
Så godt.
Ja.
Fedt. Ja, jeg er nødt til at sige ja, når I kommer til sidst, og med, hvis I siger nej, så kommer I ikke mere. No one loses as a customer, so I have to do it.
Følte du dig under
So that's why I said yes the first time.
And
It's
then,
funny, it's nice helping.
yeah, I agree.
It helps you, that's good.
Tak. It's for sure. It does.
I want to see everybody succeed.
Can I have Katrina, is it filming this?
No.
No?
Oh, this one. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Sorry.
Because I think I'm gonna do something for LinkedIn, just a 1 minute thing here. Maybe you just film.
With that one?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see.
Just do it.